All right, so this is how you can set your trade setting for futures trading. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is go to mine. Then we will need to set the setting permanently on our ROYALQ. So click on my strategy setting. So at the top here, click on this plus sign. Once you click on the plus sign, then set the setting accordingly. So without wasting much of our time, I have already set this setting. So let me click on it. So this is the setting, okay? Your risk type, click on it and choose conservative. Remark, just name it any name you want to name it, or futures. So this setting is for $50, okay? All right, $50 above. This setting is for $50 above. Okay, so your first buying amount 30. Enable opening double of it. So just set everything exactly like this. Okay, set it exactly like this. Then your margin configuration, click on it. So you set everything exactly like this. Then confirm it. Your strategy period, it must be on one shot. Okay, it will be on cycle before. This is how it will be. So click on it and change it to one shot. Okay, so once you are done, then click on save. Confirm. So once you confirm it, then you can go back. So anytime signal is posted to the group, okay, let me use one coin as an example. Okay, so if you want to trade any signal posted to the group, your own might be displaying like this. It will be on spot. First thing you need to do is to click on futures. You need to click on futures, okay? So don't forget, if your own is not displaying the coins, use that VPN. If you already watched the previous video, use XVPN, okay? Download SVPN and use the free server. It will display the coins. Now, go to manage. Then at the top, click on futures. Then down below, click on all and click on add. All the coins will display on your ROYALQ. All the ED coin that is not displaying yet, everything will come out and it will display on your ROYALQ. So once you add it, then go back. So come here and click on search. So let's assume I posted this coin. Let's assume I post this signal to the group and you want to enter this signal. Now at the top here, this signal is telling you this is future signal. This is different from the normal spot signal, okay? So once you see at the top here, the signal is showing futures. Know that this is for futures signal. Then it is telling you to short the coin. This is short signal, okay? Now the name of the coin is VIC USDT. So search for VIC. Go to your ROYALQ and search for VIC. Come here and search for VIC. Okay, click on all. Okay, then search for VIC, VIC. Okay, so it will display the coin. Then click on the coin. I understand. So click on create down below here. Now, don't forget the signal is telling you to short the coin. Okay, so at the top here, you will click on short. Click on short. We have long, we have short. The difference between the two is that long means we are buying from down below, then the coin must go up before we make profit. So we are selling at the top. But short means we are buying at the top or from a certain level, then the coin must go down before we can make profit. So if we buy at a certain level and the coin goes up, that means the coin is against us. We can lose, okay? So once we buy at a certain level, the coin must go down. So we will sell down below. That is when we make profit. So that is the meaning of short. We are buying at the top, selling down below, then we make profit, okay? So you click on short, then go to your trade setting. Now you will see smart create, manually create. Your may be like this, so switch to manually create like this, okay? Then you see my template. Click on it and choose that setting you have already saved on your ROYALQ permanently. Click on it. This is the setting. Tap on it. Once you tap on it, it will display the setting, okay? Now your strategy mode, I prefer this whole warehouse mode. So click on whole warehouse mode, okay? Now your first buying amount, okay, is because I'm already trading this coin. That is why it's showing 820. So let me see the, okay, now being the first time you are trading the coin, okay, it will show the minimum here. The minimum will display here. This is how it will be. The minimum will display here, okay? Now as you can see down below, first buying amount, it means 18 VIC, not 18 USDT. It is 18 VIC, 18 quantity of that coin, 18, okay? Now then down below you will see the equivalent in dollar rates, okay? So 18 VIC is equal to $5.24, okay? Now how can you calculate or know the amount you enter here. Okay, now if you are using iPhone, your own must display like this. 18-week, it will show the dollar in USDT here. You see it here. But if you are using Android, your own will not show this USDT rate. It will not show it. It will only show 18. Okay, so I will explain the difference now, how you can set it. Now, don't forget, you have $50 you want to use to trade in your futures balance on the ROYALQ. Now, we are using $30 as our first buying amount. $30. Okay, now 18-week is $5.24, and you want to use $30. So go to your calculator. Then you are buying total of $30, right, as your first buying amount. So you will now use that your total first buying amount, which is $30, divided by 5 points. Let's check it again. 5.25. This one. Okay, it's now currently 5.26. Okay, now you divide by 5.26. 5.26. Now that means you can buy 18-week in 5 places. You can buy it 5 times, okay? So that you can make it $30. $5.26 is equivalent to 18-week. So you can buy it 5 times. Now this is how you can calculate it. Now it's equal to 5.70. Now you will not times it by 18-week times 18-week. So you are buying total of 102-week. Okay? You are buying total of 102-week. So let's go and type 102-week here. 102-week. 102. Can you see now? 102-week is equivalent to 29.68. So that's almost $30. So it's still okay like that. Okay? 102-week. You will type it here. So before I proceed, let me explain for those that are using Android phone how you can set your first buying amount. So once you reach this page, you will see the minimum of the coin you can purchase. You see it here. This one is 18. 18 is the minimum, okay? You will not see this dollar value here due to you are using Android phone. So this is how you can get the dollar value. You will now calculate 18. Go to your calculator. 18 times. You will now go back a little bit. You will see the current price here. So this is the current price. 0.2919. So times 0.2919. So this is the dollar value. Okay, so you will now use the dollar value again times the minimum, which is 18. So it will give you a total of 94 week. So that means 94 week is your $30 you want to use. 94. Okay, 94 week is equivalent to $27. It's almost $30 too. So you know the rate is not stable. It will go up, go down. So that's the reason. So 94 week, you will not use it to times your leverage. It depends on the leverage you want to use. Okay, times your leverage, which is 10. You will use total of 945 week. If you are using 5 leverage, as you are using 5 as your leverage, so that is times 5. So that means you are using 472 week as your total entry. If you are using 2 as your leverage, just times it by 2. Okay, times it by 2. So let's assume we are using 10. So times 10, that is 945. So type 945 here. 945. So that is almost 300. It's almost 300. But due to the dollar value is reducing, it's going down. That is why it's reduced here too. So if you wish to adjust yours, you can add to it to make it 300. So let's say 980. It's still almost. Though if the coin goes up again, the dollar value will increase. Okay. So for me, I think you should leave it that way. Don't even adjust it. But if you wish to adjust yours, you can adjust it to the 300. So let's say 1,000. 1,000 is 290. Okay, it's still almost. Let's say 1,050. No, it's too much. 1,010. So it's still okay. It's still almost 300. The reason why I say it's still almost 300 is because you use 30 as your first buying amount, right? 30 times your leverage, 10, which is $300. So that is the reason I adjust it. But on the norms, you can leave it. You may not adjust it because the coin can still go up. So that is how you can calculate your own total first buy-in amount. Okay, so let's proceed to the video. AI margin call, off it, turn it off. We don't need it. Okay, now your leverage, it depends on your own choice, but the minimum is you can use 2 or 3 or 4. It depends on your choice. Okay, so if you want to use 2 leverage, just type 2 there. If you want to use 3, type 3. So if your choice is to use 10 leverage, for example, let me use 10 leverage as an example. 10. Okay, you set 10 as your leverage, for example. Now you will now calculate 10 times 102 VIG. See you. 10 times 102 VIG. It will give you 1020 VIG. Then come back here again and change this one to 1020 VIG. 1020 VIG. Okay, now you can see here it's showing $298. It's almost $300 worth of VIG now. Okay, now this is the amount you will use to trade that VIG. Okay, out of this, let's say 300. Let me round up to 300. Out of this $300 here, you are only paying $30, which is that your first buying amount. So you will only pay $30, but Binance have already borrowed you the remaining to trade that coin. Okay, so that is the amount you will type there. Then your position take profit ratio, it depends on what I set on the signal. Okay, can you see? Take profit ratio, which is 1%. If I type 2%, that means you will type 2% here. Okay, if it is 1%, just type 1.01 like this. Okay, so the signal is saying 1%, so leave it at 1%. Okay, let's go to margin configuration. Let me explain some things there. Now, don't forget we are using total of $50. $50. Okay, now your $50, you have used $30 minus $30. Your $30 as your first buying amount. You have $20 left. Now, normally your margin call, if you put one here, if you put one here, now let's assume you have entered the trade, you have activated, and the robot have buy it for you. Now, instead of the coin to be going down, then from the level you purchased the coin, it started going up. If it goes up by 2%, which is this one, if the coin goes up by 2%, the robot will buy another margin call for you here. It will buy $30 for you here, just one time. Okay, but don't forget you have $20 remaining. Okay, so that is why we adjust it to 0.2. 0.2. If you change it to 0.5, that means you are telling the robot to buy half of your first buying amount, which is $15. It will buy half of your first buying amount. It will buy half of it. So if you change it to 0.2, that means it will buy $6 for you. So let's calculate it. You have $20 remaining, right? And your first buying amount is $30. 1 times 30, it is equal to 30. That means you are telling the robot to buy the first margin call for you one time. It will buy it with $30. But if you put it as 0.5 times 30, you are telling the robot to buy $15 for you on your margin call. On your first margin call, it will buy $15 for you. If you put 0.2 times 30, it will buy $6 for you on your first margin call. Now you have total of 3 margin calls, so it will buy $6 for you here. It will buy another $6 for you here in case the coin is still going up. Okay, so it goes up by 2%, it will buy $6. Goes up by another 2%, which is total of 4% now. It will buy another $6 for you. If the market goes up by another 3%, then it will buy another $6 for you here. So it can only buy 3 times for you. $6 times 3, that is $18. Okay, $18. Now that means the remaining $20, you can only use $18 out of it, which means the robot have buy $6 per margin call. It will buy 30 times, which is total of 18. It's still okay because you have $20 left. That is how to calculate it. Okay, confirm. So let me proceed again. Let's assume you are using $100 for that signal as an example. If you have the capacity, it depends on your choice. Okay, so let's assume you are using $100. That means you can use, let's say, $50 for first buying amount. Then you use the remaining $50 for margin calls. So let me go back to the normal minimum, which is okay. The current minimum is 17 VIG now. Okay, now 17 VIG is $5. The minimum you can buy. Okay, let's assume you want to use $50 as your first buying amount. So that will be $50 divided by $5. $50 divided by $5. That is 10. You can buy that 17 VIC 10 times to give you $50. So 10 times 17. So that is 170 VIC. Okay, 170 VIC. 170 VIC is equivalent to 50.30. Okay, $50.3. So you can just adjust it so that you don't let it to be more than the $50. You can adjust it to 169. You know, the market is not stable, so it's going up, going down. So let's use 168. So you will calculate 168 times your leverage, which is 10 leverage. So you will use total of 1,680 VIC. 1,680. So you will type it 1,680. So that is almost $500. Okay, due to the rate have dropped down, so that is why it's not up to $500. So you can add to it a little bit. 1,720. Almost. Okay, 1,720 is still okay. So it's almost $500. You understand? You know you are using $50 as your first buying amount. 50 times 10 leverage. That is supposed to give you $500. Okay, so that's why I adjust this here. Okay, but if the coin goes up again, it will be more than this. So let's use 1,720 as at the time I'm recording this video. Okay, so that will be your first buying amount. So that means you are only paying $50. Then Binance have borrowed you the remaining amount to trade. Okay, so if this coin delivered, let's assume we are using 1% take profit. If this coin delivered and we hit our 1% take profit, this is the amount we get. So 1% of $500, that's $5 profit for you. You understand? So you earn $5 profit. If the percentage is, let's say 2%, that means you earn $10. If the percentage is 5%, that means you earn $25. The higher the take profit, the higher the profit. You understand? So we won't take higher take profit because of liquidation. So we will just stick to our plan. We won't go against the plan. Okay, so 1%, 2% is okay. You understand? So normally, if you have to use only $50 to earn 1%, you can't earn that amount. You can see. So 1% of your $50 is $0.5. Can you see the difference? So that's it. Okay, you have $50 left for margin calls, so you can adjust your margin call and margin configuration. So don't forget, we are buying $10 here. $10. So that is $30. Okay, so you can add 2 margin calls to your margin call. Okay, so you can make it 5 margin call. 5. Done. So add 2 margin calls to it to make it 5 margin call. Then you need to adjust this one to 0.2. Then this place, it should be 223. 223 in case you add more margin calls to yours. So 223, 223, 223, 223 downward like that. Then this place 0.2, 0.2, 0.2, 0.2 downward. Okay, so you that is using $100, you have used $50 for first buying amount, then the remaining 50 for margin call. 0.2 times your first buying amount, which is $50. You'll be able to buy $10 per margin call times 5 margin calls in total. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 margin calls in total. So that means the remaining $50 will serve as margin call. I think you get the calculation now. So whatever the amount you are using for your own signal, make sure you adjust your margin call or margin configuration. It depends on your own amount. Okay, so if you are using $200, you follow the same process, just adjust it. You should know that 0.2. Okay, you are using $200. You have used $100 as your first buying amount. You have $100 as your margin call. So just use 0.2 times your first buying amount, which is $100. 100. So that means your margin call is $20 per margin call. Now $20 times 5 margin call. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. $20 times 5 margin call. You'll be able to trade 5 times on the margin call. You understand now? $20 times 5 margin call, that is 100. So your 100 that is remaining will cover up for margin call. I think you get the calculation now. So this is how you can calculate yours. So for those that use $50, you can see how I explained from the beginning in the video. So just set your own accordingly, okay? Alright, so that is how you can set your settings. So let me go back to 3 because I'm using $100 here as my continuation in the video, okay? Okay, it's correct now. Alright, so once you are done setting all the setting, distributed and take profit allocation, it won't show anything because it's not up to 5 margin calls. If you want to use distributed and take profit allocation, that means your margin call must be from 5 above. If your margin call is from 5 above, you'll be able to use distributed and take profit allocation. Then here, you can set it to 1.01. Though, I don't think we need it because in this place, we will use warehouse mode. But if you don't want to use warehouse mode, you can use sub-mode real-time settlement. But me, I prefer this one. Okay, so if you want to use sub-mode real-time settlement, you can use it. So if you use sub-mode real-time settlement here, and your margin call is above 5 upward, then that means you will need to set this distributed and take profit allocation. Just set it. You will type 1.01. So that means if the market is going against you, it will buy margin calls for you. Then you can sell some of the margin calls before it close the trade in profit. Okay, but that warehouse mode, it will only buy margin calls, but it will sell everything together at once. So that's the difference. So once you are done setting all the settings, click on save, confirm, then click on activate and confirm it. It will buy the coin for you. So that means it has started trading. Okay, that's all.